Before I head out on my hike, I pop into the general store here and get some Lunchables. I had breakfast and messed around a little bit, and I'm already hungry. The trail that I'm going to be taking on starts here, goes around the lake, which is actually full of water at the moment, goes around, comes up to Hidden Falls, and then Inspiration Point. Hidden Falls, Inspiration Point. And you can get a good idea of what this all looks like from the air. In this video, I'm going to take you on a hike to Hidden Falls and Inspiration Point. The Jenny Lake Trail is arguably one of the most popular trails in Grand Teton National Park. As you can see behind me, there is a boat dock where if you don't feel like hiking around the lake, you can simply pay for the boat shuttle to shuttle you across to the boat dock, then you can hike up to it. Do note that the hike up to Hidden Falls and Inspiration Point is a little steep. So if you think you're going to go over there and you're not going to have the Grand Teton experience of hiking vertical, yeah, just be aware of that. One of the things that people do is they actually hike around the lake, enjoy the falls and Inspiration Point, and then take the shuttle boat back. Well, on your return, you'll have to, of course, pay, but it's a great way to go, so that way you can experience it and you don't have to do the out and back. I explain all of this in my book, Jackson Hole Hiking Guide. This guide will show you exactly where to go and what to do. And just in here, featured is the Hidden Falls and Inspiration Point hike, where you get all the information that you need, the technicals, the hike, the elevation, GPS coordinates, all that good stuff. And then let me show you the map. And I'm going to take you on here, the Jenny Lake Trail, mileage, elevation gain. You can see it's very easy. And then it gets a little bit gainy, but it's not too bad. It's only just a couple 100 feet gain, and you could get around the beautiful Jenny Lake. This is arguably, like I said, one of the best hikes. So if you expect to have solitude and quiet time, this is not the trail for you. But if you want a great introduction with perpetual beautiful views around Jenny Lake and the Jenny Lake Trail, mileage, elevation gain, you can see it's very easy. And then it gets a little bit gainy, but it's not too bad. It's only just a couple 100 feet gain, and you could get around the beautiful Jenny Lake. This is arguably one of the best hikes. So if you expect to have solitude and quiet time, this is not the trail for you. But if you want a great introduction with perpetual beautiful views around Jenny Lake and Grand Teton, with the mountains to when you're heading out to your left, and then right when you're heading back, this is the way to go. I'm going to show you all the highlights along this trail and give you an idea of what it's like. One of the best parts of this trail is it's well signed, so it's easy to find your way. One thing to be aware of is you are entering grizzly country. There is a warning sign right here. It says don't pet the grizzlies. Always be prepared with bear spray. Have it in a holster in your pocket, ready to go. If that is in your backpack, dangling from your backpack, if a bear does charge you, I promise you in the 3 seconds that you have before that bear hits you, you trying to get the bear spray off, it ain't gonna happen. You gotta have that thing holstered like a weapon down in here in your pocket so you can go pull out, pop off the safety, and yeah, and it works. You don't want to be bringing a firearm into the park and try and shoot at a bear. That will go very bad for you, I promise. No one will get killed by bear spray, unlike shooting a gun, where you can kill somebody half a mile away. Trust me, the bear spray is the thing to get. You can actually rent it in Jackson. There's a backcountry rentals place if you don't want to spend the big bucks on bear spray. And people always ask, Aaron, is the bear spray worth it? And let me tell you, how much do you think it will cost to sew your face back on after a grizzly rips it off and the horrible mangling you'll have, assuming you survive? Trust me, bear spray is cheap compared to having your face sewn back on. See the horse trail, and then the Jenny Lake trail. The horse one's high. All right. Keep your eyes on the trail, because there are berries to eat. Oh yeah. Yum, raspberries. Much of the trail is quite easy. There are a couple up and downs, so you feel like you actually did something, but well, the trail is pretty flat. The lake is visible much of the time, and just behind me was a huge raspberry patch. Yum! Multi-clustered berries in North America are generally edible by humans, but the bright red berries, the single dollops by themselves, don't eat those. When you reach Hidden Falls, the trail goes and continues on and gets a little bit crowded, but if you see this bridge right here, you can come down to this point and get a nice clear view of the falls instead of getting all in the crowds. So this is one of the secret locations that is featured in my book, Jackson Hole Hiking Guide. It's just a nice little place to enjoy the falls before you hit the crush of the crowd and everybody jockeying at the buck rail fence to take their pictures. As you can see behind me, the waterfall is pretty spectacular, but also as you can see behind me, the crowd is spectacular. Beautiful location, and you can see why it's super popular, but just be aware, this is not a place of solitude. Once you hit Hidden Falls behind me, go over the bridge, and we're going to go over to Inspiration Point. It's a nice little extra hike, and well worth the effort. As you can see here, the trail to Inspiration Point does gain some elevation. It wanders around the rocks, but soon you'll see why it's worth it. If you run out of gas, there is a lower point here. You still get decent views of the lake if it focuses. But if you continue on, the payoff. Here we are at the junction. Cascade Canyon's that way. There's folks coming, people coming right here. And then behind is Inspiration Point. It's a super beautiful location. Hopefully I don't fall when I'm filming here. That would be pretty funny. I'll just stand on this rock to make it look impressive. But as you can see, behind me, I'll flip this around real quick to give you an idea what the view is really like. Do be aware the chipmunks here are well fed, unfortunately, and kind of aggressive. You see the shuttle boat coming in here, transporting people back and forth across the lake. One of the trail marker signs gives you a good idea just how far you can go. Lake Solitude is, I suppose, the ultimate destination. It goes right to about, I think it's 9,300 feet before you hit a paintbrush divide, which is just over 11,000. But Hidden Falls, 1.7 miles. I've been going 43 minutes, and I'm just a very short distance from the boat dock. You know, not too bad. It's definitely worth the hike. A little bit of up and down, but nothing that won't wipe you out, as long as you don't have too many troubles. Do watch the weather here. There's thunderstorms forecast, and one of the problems is when it comes from the west, you cannot see it until it literally comes on top of you, and all of a sudden you get lightning strikes. So I'm gonna eat my apple, maybe get over there, and then get ready to get out of here, because when it starts happening, it happens quick. As you can see, the view from Inspiration Point, where those two guys are sitting, spectacular. It's well worth the extra 10 minutes or so to hike up from the Hidden Falls to the Inspiration Point. There is another stopping point. You can see it over there. And the final one, this is where most people go. So definitely worth checking that out. This hike is featured in my Jacksonville hiking guide. This trail is arguably the most popular trail in all of Grand Teton National Park. And you can see the trail featured right there. Get all the tech information as well as the map on the next page. Page 74. Gotta do this live, right? So as you can see, nice map, elevation gain, profile, and everything there. So if you want a good adventure with a family, you can also take the shuttle boat right across. If you get over here and it's a bit too much to hike back, just catch the shuttle boat. Be prepared to pay a couple bucks per person, but boy, this hike is spectacular. My name's Aaron Linstow. I'm a polar explorer and professional adventurer as well as author. Please check out links in the description to my books, Antarctic Tears, Lost in Winnie Corner Adventure Expedition 1, How to Keep Your Feet Warm in the Cold, Jackson Hole Hiking Guide, most 50 Jackson Hole photography hotspots, the most crucial knots to know, and my 2024 Total Eclipse Guides, as well as my show, Antarctic Tears. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to get more views like this.